currently through Metrics Learning, there's a program called Skill Up, Lower Rio Grande Valley. Through this program, there are over 6,000 available courses that either employees or job seekers or anyone in Texas can sign up for and take these courses for free. We went more specifically to look at IT, and there are over 100 information technology certifications that you can get through Metrics Learning. Some of those are CompTIA, Cisco, Microsoft, Oracle, Amazon. There's Google, there's pretty much anything you can think of, it's on there. So within the 100 certifications, obviously there's a lot of classes you can take. We partnered with Metrics, and so right now, if you are wanting to train your staff, we can connect you with one of the Metrics representatives. They'll make a customized portal for your business, where you can monitor the progress of your employees as they go through these courses. So really good program right now. Like I said, if you are interested, you can contact me. I can connect you with one of the reps from Metrics, and they can help set you up. They'll also put on a presentation for your staff that can walk them through the portal, how to do a self-assessment that shows them their strengths and weaknesses and gaps where they may want to take some courses in those areas. Maybe they just need to brush up on some of their Microsoft Office skills or things like that. Now there are tracks where you can get certifications in these areas. Here at the bottom, you'll see that there is assistance for the certification exams for those that qualify. It is based on income and WIOA guidelines, but if you have a staff member that wants to get trained in one of these areas, then that's something you can consider as an organization. They'll take all the classes for free, and your company could help them cover the cost of the certification exam. We do have our own unique portal, wfsrgv.scaleupamerica.org, and you can also find it through this barcode. I'll be sharing this flyer with the IT task force, so you'll have it handy. Now these courses are available for free till the end of the year. We don't know what the status will be after that. So that gives you kind of a 6-month time frame, especially for those that are going in for certification, to start taking these classes and try to get that certification. And like I said, this one's only for information technology, but we have it for all different industries. There's manufacturing, there's human resources, leadership, there's all kinds of different areas. Like I said, there's 6,000 courses through here, so it's a pretty neat tool. Here's some of the certifications available in IT, so you can see that there's quite a few. And the best part is that these classes are free, so you can go through the whole course and then get to that certification exam. Okay, next I'm going to pass it over to Mission EDC so they can tell you a little bit about their program with Cyber Mission. And I think Daniel Duvetta is on the call.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Daniel Duvetta. I'm the Director of Programs and Marketing here at the Mission EDC. So we have this umbrella program that we call Cyber Mission, and it's our goal to develop more a better workforce in IT. And so we received a Wagner Pizer grant through Texas Workforce Commission, I think maybe 4 years ago. And this program that we're running today is actually the 3rd iteration of the program. We've gone through multiple phases of it, and our 2nd phase was interrupted by COVID, the COVID pandemic. And so kind of moving forward into this program, what we did this year that was a little bit different is we shifted into a very asynchronous program. The program, our goal with the grant is to recruit 130 students to get a certification through CompTIA in either A+ or Security+. And so currently, kind of just reading off some of the stats, we've had 3.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. I took my son to the doctor on Monday, and they gave him amoxicillin, but they gave him in capsules, and we've been trying.
I'm sorry.
to
Hello.
take him.
Somebody
And
has their microphone open.
I was wondering if they could give prescribe him a liquid. It's 12/6/04.
Can you mute everyone and then unmute?
I think we got it.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No problem. So I was saying, so far we've had 3 rolling cohorts this year, and we have 109 students enrolled in the program. The split between the programs is we have about 70% people inside of the A+ certification. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So we have about 70% people, 70% of the students enrolled in the A+ certification, and we have about 30% in the Security+. Since we only have 109, we're actually currently recruiting. We got an approved addendum to our contract, where we'll start a 4th cohort to recruit the final 21 students. So we'll hit our 130 mark. They're going through this program. Like I said, it's an asynchronous program. They log onto a portal. They have access to mentors. They have access to kind of like office hours. And at the very end, they're going to get a voucher so they can challenge one of the exams. And then once they pass, they'll become certified in that. So, in a nutshell, this is our 3rd iteration of the program. Not every single one has been the same 2 certifications, but they've all been through CompTIA. And so this one presents its own challenges, but we feel like we're making good progress before we're hitting the half-year mark, and we're looking forward to completing a successful program.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. And we can discuss this further in the roundtable discussion after the presentations. Let's get through. So, like I said, if you're interested in any of these programs, you can contact the business relations team. There's Daniel Uribe, Joshua Vasquez, and myself, Aaron Gonzalez. Here's our contact info. And then, of course, you can find us on our website, wfsolutions.org. We have a lot of information on there that's specific to IT. We have the IT assessment that Mr. Almaraz alluded to that was performed last year. And that assessment has projections for the next 10 years, so it's going to be useful for quite a while. It gives you lots of good information, demographics, case studies on IT, so it's a good valuable tool. And then we have our social media pages at WF Solutions and RGV OP. Okay, so for the next presentation, we're going to have from STC, Dr. Carlos Margo, Lionel Garcia, and Kim Moore. Let me pull up their presentation here. Okay, and I'll hand it over to.
Thank you, Aaron. This is Carlos. I appreciate everybody's attendance this morning, and thanks for giving us the opportunity to present a little bit of information regarding our apprenticeship programs. And first of all, I want to give credit to our and thanks for the support of the Workforce Solutions Office, the board, Frank, all of y'all, Aaron, Daniel, because that's what really helped us kick off our initial apprenticeship programs, was the partnership with the Texas apprenticeship expansion grants. And I know we, in partnership with you all, were able to get a lot of these on the ground and off the ground and running. So, and a lot of that included curriculum development. But I do want to emphasize that these apprenticeship programs are all demand driven. I mean, we develop each and every occupation based on actual requests from either business, industry, or school districts. And of course, we need to make sure that they're aligned with occupations that are actually documented as in demand. And of course, we verify that through your office. But We have an array of different programs. I know we oversee typically industrial training, but our apprenticeship programs have expanded way beyond advanced manufacturing, construction, and other areas. We're doing culinary arts, veterinary technician. We're doing other areas that we traditionally, for us, would be non-traditional, but for the community are very much in demand. And I know IT is our focus today, and that has been one of the more successful programs, apprenticeship programs that we have had. And it looks like we're going to continue with the expansion of those programs, thanks to some additional funding that we're getting from the Workforce Commission. And these are programs, again, that are driven by, and I want to say, well, as you all may know, anything, I mean, for any apprenticeship program, it has to have a strong employment component. And that's where your partnership has really helped us out a lot with, is having that employment partnership, because without continuous, consistent, relevant work experience, it's not an apprenticeship program. And that's the difference between internship programs, summer unpaid internships that may or may not happen at different programs at the college. But these apprenticeship programs are very much in partnership with employers who provide that relevant work experience, the mentorship, the guidance, the support. So that's kind of the message that I want to convey this morning, is that is the key. It's the relationship building, and two key factors from the employer is the trust and the knowledge. Trust that we are providing them an employee that's going to receive adequate related classroom instruction, and knowledge, knowing what they're getting into, knowing that they have to be signing off on this employee's work schedule or work activities. We don't necessarily call it on-the-job training, because they're not getting traditional training in the sense of classroom, etc. on the job. They're getting relevant work experience, and that's the key. So they're getting the classroom part with us at South Texas College, because we serve as an apprenticeship sponsor and the provider of the related instruction, which means we can develop our own occupations, such as our IT programs that the guys, Leo and Kim, will talk about here in a little bit. But at the same time, we do whatever is necessary to make sure that the entire registered apprenticeship program through the Department of Labor is up to par and meets all the necessary standards of paperwork, registration, documentation, making sure that the hours are certified by the employer, submitted to the Department of Labor. And at the end, the students will receive, upon successful completion of those 2,000 hours per year of work experience, they will receive a journeyman certification. So that's the ultimate goal here. Now, if you combine the apprenticeship certification with anything else that they're getting along the way, and I'm talking about IT certifications that you mentioned right in your previous slides, I mean, that just makes these individuals a lot more competitive and marketable in the industry. So we want to continue working on these apprenticeship programs. We want to continue partnering with you all as at Workforce and other partners, other industry partners. So the more we can engage with other partners who are not currently working with us, the better. And that's why we have Leo Garcia, who's our training manager at our office, spearheads a lot of these programs in addition to apprenticeship. But also we have Mr. Kim Moore, who is the designated apprenticeship navigator, which by virtue of these grants that we receive in the Workforce Commission, we have to have a designated apprenticeship navigator in order to have an apprenticeship program. So that's where Leo and Kim will talk a little bit more about those activities and what they're doing in the context of IT at this point, which I think is one of our strongest programs right now. And it's one that has a lot of potential to continue growing in the near and extended future. So I'm going to turn it over now either to Leo or Kim. I'm not sure who has access to the slides to let them proceed forward, but if you want to take it from here, Leo, and of course, you have any questions for me, I will have to jump off early. I'm sorry, I have another event right now, but you're definitely in good hands with Leo and Kim, but I'll be here for another little while, but I appreciate everybody's attention. Leo?
Thank you, Carlos. I will go ahead and introduce Mr. Kim Moore so that he can get going. I know we have a short turnaround here. Kim, go ahead.
Okay, well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us, giving us this opportunity to share with you about our apprenticeship experiences, especially relative to the IT program. We kind of are tasked with focusing on how to become an apprenticeship employer. And I think that's a really important topic because it will allow all employers to have that information, which, you know, when you have knowledge, you can have more of I could say a peaceful state of mind, right? Because you know what's going to happen or what's expected of you as an employee. So the apprenticeship is a combination of both on-the-job training and related classroom instruction in which the workers learn the practical and theoretical aspects of highly skilled occupation. Apprenticeship programs are sponsored by joint employer, labor groups, individual employers, or employer associations. And so again, giving an overview of the teamwork that's necessary for the employer, obviously the employees, and then that's where South Texas College comes in, as well as Workforce Solutions. So it's a team effort on all sides, but some of the specific things that employers will be responsible for, you know, we can talk about that. Let's go to the next slide, please. I don't want to read everything to you, but some of these things that we included are really, really important to mention. So to train an apprenticeship, you and your employee must first complete an apprenticeship agreement, which outlines responsibilities of the apprentice and employer. A certified journeyman or journey worker rather must provide practical training according to trade standards. You must also verify the number of hours an apprentice works and pay a predetermined industry set wage. So those things are important as well, because we will need a person who is, let's say, highly trained or skilled to be a person who can oversee the work of the apprentice during the program. Also, I'll mention later how it's important that the employer has to sign off. Mr. Margo mentioned that on the hours of the employee, as well as supervise to make sure that they're going through the standards that have already been set by the program while they're working. In other words, it's not just completing their normal task on a day-to-day basis. There are some related curricular activities with the apprenticeship program in which they're involved that they have to make sure they're going through. Next slide, please. Every employer to certify this, or to assure that is a better word, submits an employer acceptance agreement to apprenticeship sponsor, guaranteeing that the employer must mentor employee and sign off on work process hours. And that's what I was mentioning. This employer acceptance agreement is basically a one-page document, and it has language in it that states exactly that the employer is responsible for, number one, monitoring in some way the employee's hours. The goal is to get to 2,000 hours in 1 year, which is very easy, and 40-hour work week. And many times in many of the programs and many companies, people work much more than 40 hours a week, right? But that's very easy to get to in a 1 year time frame, and signing off on that. But then also, again, assuring that the employee is doing the activities related to the program in which they're involved. Because the goal, you have to remember, the goal is to assure, as Mr. Margo mentioned, that not only is the employee working and enrolled in a program, they're receiving instruction from us in the classroom or online. With respect to the IT program, everything is done online, basically. But then they're also, have to complete certain tasks in their work environment related to the same program in which they're enrolled. So both things are important, and that's why I'm emphasizing that. Next slide, please. Can we go to our next? Look like it's kind of okay. Basically here, we provided some information for you about the current IT program that we have. We have students, we have an opportunity for two different programs right now. They're both CompTIA based. One is, you can see the first one there is a CompTIA A+, and then there's also the CompTIA Server Plus. The difference is, for example, for the first one with the A+, there's only 2 different courses that the students will have to attend. Each course has 96 hours in total class time. I think that gets us to 192 hours total for that particular course. For that one, that opportunity, we have actually 30 different slots available. We're actively recruiting in that one, for that one, and I'm getting ready to open up a cohort of individuals soon within the week for that one. We also, it is important to mention that these programs require instructors that are certified under CompTIA. So it's really important that, to know that we're not just simply, finding any kind of teacher with some knowledge of Excel, for example. No, these people have to be certified in these programs themselves, the teachers do. Then for the other one, real briefly, it's actually a total of 384 hours, has 4 different courses, and we have 20 slots available for that one, which I've already filled, and this cohort has already taken out. In fact, they've been in classes for almost 2 months now. And so that was a real success. A lot of people were interested in the Server Plus CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Administrator. So they're involved in that one. And again, we're getting ready to launch the other one. So the instruction is going well. It's all online once again. An interesting thing about this program is all of their materials, the books, the exams they need to take. They need to take 2 different exams under each program. Those exams also covered in the funding that's provided. So basically the students pay like an incidental fee, I think of $31, $34, something of that nature. And that's it, according to our guidelines in the contract that we have. So it's a very great opportunity. The students are excited, they're learning. And a good thing here is to just mention, many students mentioned to me, of course, it's understandable, right? They want the certification, which will be provided that they pass the exams. So it's a certification based on, proof, evidence, and knowledge that you have, really important. I think we have one more slide there, another.
Well,
yeah.
Let me just cut real quick. Aaron, if you can go back, just wanted to add that some of these courses that the students take, even though they're going to be getting a CompTIA certification, whether it's through CompTIA Server or CompTIA A+, as well as the CCNA that comes with the CompTIA Server, the courses that you see below, some of these courses can also be transferable or converted to credit courses.
Yeah.
So if the student ever decides to join STC and get a certificate or an associate's through any of our IT programs, these are courses that would already be under their belts and they would not have to, take again. So I just wanted to, let you guys know that if the student foresees continuing, a further degree, this can help along the way.
Yes.
Go ahead to the next slide.
And this will be my my contact information if you want to contact me with further questions about not only the IT apprenticeship, but any other of the apprenticeship programs that we have. And that was a really important point that Leo mentioned, because some students are interested in that. They're interested in, after getting a certification, now they want to go ahead and get a degree with South Texas College. So those courses are at the college level. They can be easily flipped over to the accredited side, and they can take advantage of that. So I don't know if you have any questions, or we can wait until the end to do that. But thank you so much for listening.
Okay, so now we can, does anyone have any questions over some of the presentations that we just saw, some of the programs? Okay, so I sent out a survey to the IT task force and some various topics on issues in IT, specifically with recruiting employees or training employees, things of that nature. And that's what I wanted to have a conversation about at this end part of the meeting. One of the responses that we got from the surveys were that for job postings, the majority of the people were using social media or a site like Indeed or something like that. We didn't have a lot of people participating in local job fairs or working with our business services team. So I wanted to kind of just expand on that a little bit. Josh, I'm going to ask you to help me a little and just kind of give a brief overview of what our business services team can do for an employer that it's trying to find someone in a job seeker with some IT background.
Sure, Aaron. Like Aaron mentioned, we do have a business services unit that is actually led by Mr. Rolando Perez. And what they're available to do is work with employers on a one-to-one basis and identifying particular needs, particular job postings, occupations that are in need. And they're able to actually input that information into our Work in Texas database, which is a statewide database that has access to job seekers that are looking to either gain employment or possibly upskill or obtain new employment in those particular occupations. So our business services unit works closely with our employers to identify those needs for those occupations, inputting them and identifying potential candidates. Apart from that, our business services unit works closely with employers to host job fairs throughout the year. So we have different hiring events that take place, whether it be on a larger scale, incorporating employers from different backgrounds or focusing on a particular industry as well. They do have the availability to host specific job fairs for an employer that's looking to hire specific occupations as well at our workforce sites. We do have 6 workforce sites throughout the 3-county area that we do service, Hidalgo, Star, and Wolsey counties. So they're able to host employers particularly there as well. Apart from that, we do work to also promote these particular occupations that are in demand through our RGV Operation Get Hired page. We do have one of the largest followings, and that is primarily where we do advertise a lot of the job postings that are available. So our business services unit works closely to assist employers in those needs. All of these services are free of charge, and if anybody is interested, we can contact Aaron and we can connect them with our business services unit as well.
Okay, thank you, Josh. So yeah, we do recommend that you reach out, work with our business services unit. It's if you get onto Work in Texas, it's workintexas.com. You can see all the job postings that are on there throughout the state of Texas. You can just type information technology and it's going to show you a ton of results. And then you can start narrowing down if you want to just look for let's say McAllen, and then it'll give you the different industries that it's part of. So it's a really, really good tool. It's free. You can get on there. You can create an account, or you don't have to. You just want to browse through it and just see what it's about. Lots of jobs posted on there. It'll show you how many active job seekers are on there. So it's a pretty good tool that we utilize a lot, and it can be utilized by our local workforce. Another one of the survey questions that we had was, well, on the same topic, that there's not a lot of IT employers utilizing the job fairs. So I asked if that would be a topic of interest of having just a specific job fair for IT. Almost everyone responded yes. So I wanted to kind of have a little discussion about that. We thought of maybe hosting a job fair for this summer in July. We'd like to target some of the graduates from UTRGV and STC and open it to any job seeker as well, right? So right now we're thinking about different locations that we could have this at. I think we're going to target maybe 30 to 40 employers. Now, if they're not actively, if they don't have open IT positions at the moment, it would still be good for their participation. They can just talk about their company, what they do, and give people an idea of what type of work they would be doing in IT for this specific company. So does anyone have any thoughts, any suggestions on this idea to have an IT job fair? Daniel?
I mean, I'd love to participate and help coordinate. I'd also love to offer the space here at the Seed if that's an option. But as part of our grant, we have to kind of either provide a job fair also, or help our cohorts kind of at least see what's out there. And so it's directly in line with what we're doing, and I'd love to help.